The afternoon sun glinted off the sleek curves of the Porsche 911 parked in our driveway, its custom ballet slipper pink paint glowing like a defiant beacon. I'd spent 3 years saving for that car, a surprise for my wife, Dr. Lena Harris. To mark her 10th anniversary, we clawed our way up from modest roots in suburban Atlanta's Crestwood neighborhood, me building a cybersecurity firm from nothing, Lena grinding through med school to become a pediatric neurosurgeon. The $160,000 car wasn't just a luxury, it was a testament to our sacrifices, a dream Lena had whispered about for years when she saw it, bow and all after a grueling hospital shift. Her tears of joy made every penny worth it for a week. Life felt perfect. Lena cruised to work, her smile brighter, our neighbors offering high fives and compliments, all except the Whiters. The Whitesores had moved into the oversized colonial at the end of our street 6 months ago. Cynthia Whitmore, who demanded everyone call her Cindy, was married to Lawrence Whitmore, a hedge fund manager who was rarely home but bankrolled Cindy's designer obsession and their daughter Brooke's lavish tastes. My interactions with them had been mini stiff nod at best. Cindy's comments at block parties about the neighborhood changing always came with a glance at Lena and me. The only black couple on the block, her 18-year-old daughter Brooke, fresh out of high school, spent her days by their pool or whining about settling for a state college after her Ivy League rejections. Trouble brewed 8 days after the car's arrival on a Tuesday morning. As I adjusted my tie for a client pitch, Lena had taken her SUV to the hospital, leaving the Porsche in our garage. I was backing out my Lexus when I saw Cindy and Brooke storming up the street in matching pastel tracksuits, their faces set with purpose. "Mr. Marcus Reed," Cindy began, her voice syrupy with fake courtesy. "We need to talk about that car." I glanced at my watch, 8:15 a.m., cutting into my prep time. "Good morning, Cindy. What's the issue?" Her mask slipped. "That pink Porsche is causing problems." Brooke stepped forward, arms crossed. "It's my carer, it should be." I blinked, confused. "Your car." Cindy jumped in. "Brooke's been begging for a pink Porsche for her graduation. We've told everyone her father promised her one, but it's delayed because of his business." Brooke pouted. "Then you got one in my exact color now. I'll look like I'm copying your wife when I get mine." I stared, dumbfounded. Was this teenager throwing a fit because Lena's car stole her thunder? "I'm sorry you feel that way," I said, keeping calm. "But Lena's wanted this car for years. I saved for it as an anniversary gift." Cindy's eyes narrowed. "I find that hard to believe." My jaw tightened. "Excuse me," she smirked. "Those cars aren't cheap. It's surprising you could afford it." The insinuation hit like a slap, but I'd faced worse. "What are you implying, Cindy?" She waved a hand. "Just that it's odd. Lawrence mentioned Brooke's pink Porsche, and suddenly you have one in a neighborhood like this, like what I pressed. You know what I mean?" She snapped. "This is Crestwood, not wherever you came from, you people." I repeated, my voice low. Brooke, impatient, cut in. "Mom, tell him to sell it to me. It's not fair." Cindy straightened. "Well, offer a fair price. It would mean more to Brooke." I shook my head. "It's not for sale. Lena is a surgeon who saves kids' lives. She earned this now. I have a meeting." Brooke's face reened and she stomped her foot. "This is unfair. Daddy says I get what I want. No one should have a better car than me, especially." Not Cindy's glare stopped her, but I knew the slur she'd nearly spit. "Leave my property," I said. "I see." Cindy planted herself. "We're not going until you sell us that car." She leaned in. "I doubt you got it legitimately anyway. Maybe the dealership should look into it." The threat was clear, racial profiling dressed up as suspicion. Then Brooke snapped, hurling the slur she'd held back, a word that burned like acid. Our neighbor, Mrs. Lynn, watering her roses, froze, witnessing it all. I pulled out my phone, hitting record repeat. That I said. Cindy lunged for the phone, but I stepped back. "You're on my property using slurs. Leave, or this goes to the police and my lawyer." Cindy pawed. But Brooke wailed, "Pink's my color, everyone knows it." They retreated, Cindy hissing, "Lawrence will handle this. He'll find out how you got that car." I drove to my meeting handshaking and called Lena to warn her. Shocked, she agreed we'd ignore them, hoping they'd back off. We were wrong. The next day, Lena found a note on her SUV at the hospital. "This car doesn't belong to you. Sell it or else." She saved it, suspecting the Whitmore by Friday. Lawrence himself appeared in our driveway, all polished charm and a tailored suit. "Marcus, let's talk Manto Man," he said, offering a handshake. I ignored. "There's no issue. Your family's harassing us over Lena's car." He chuckled, fake warmth fading. "Brooke's obsessed with that exact model. I promised her one, but it's delayed. She's been a nightmare since seeing Lena's." "Not my problem," I said. "Nor is your wife's racism." His smile tightened. "A misunderstanding. I'll pay 20% above what you paid. Profit for you, happiness for Brooke." I shook my head. "It's Lena's anniversary gift, not for sale." His tone chilled. "I have connections, hospital boards, police, county contracts. It would be a shame if your business or Lena's job faced scrutiny." The blackmail was blatant. "That sounds like a threat," I said. Knowing my cameras caught every word, he backpedaled. But the damage was done that night. Lena showed me her log of incidents and the note. We contacted a lawyer, James Carter, recommended by a colleague. By Monday, we found the Porsche's tire slashed pink, "Is Brooks," scrolled in lipstick on the door. The police were lukewarm, hinting at kids. Despite the obvious culprit, the insurance adjuster grilled us suspiciously, and the body shop delayed repairs. Then my top client dropped me, admitting Lawrence's influence on their board. Lena faced an anonymous complaint about her professionalism at the hospital. The White Soars were weaponizing their network, but we weren't backing down. 2 weeks later, the real shock came. I was working from home when a tow truck rolled up. 2 men, led by a guy named Mike, presented a court order to seize the Porsche, citing a dispute in Whitmore v. Reed. "This is insane," I said. "We've never been sued." The order, signed by Judge Harold Grayson, a name Lawrence had dropped, seemed legit. Lena, home after a rare day off, was livid. "You're not taking my car," she told Mike, snatching the papers. I called James, who instructed us to warn the tow operators of liability for an unlawful seizure. As we argued, Cindy and Brooke pulled up smirking. "Problem?" Cindy asked, waving her own copy of the order. "The judge says, you stole our idea for Brooke's car. It's ours now." The lie was staggering. They claimed we'd copied their order. "We have receipts." I said, "This is fraud." Cindy shrugged. "The judge disagrees. It's impounded until the hearing." Mike, uneasy, said he had to follow the order. James arrived, confirming it was an ex parte order issued without notifying us, but valid until overturned. Lena faced Cindy. "You think you can bully us with your connections? I save kids with cancer. This isn't over." Brooke, oblivious, took selfies with the car as it was towed, squealing, "Pink's my color." James clarified it was impounded. Not hers, but Cindy promised Brooke it'd be theirs soon. Citing Judge Grayson's friendship, as the tow truck left, James outlined our fight. The order's irregularities, the judge's bias, and grounds for a countersuit. That night, Lena's calm resolve surprised me. "It's not about the car," she said. "It's their belief they can take what's ours because we're black. We're stopping them for us and anyone else they'd target." Our dining room became a war room. James hired a PI, Elena Martinez, to dig into Grayson and the Whitmore. We gathered purchase records, security footage, and Mrs. Lynn's statement about Brooke's slur. Neighbors reported Cindy's racist remarks at gatherings. A hospital colleague, Dr. Shaw, revealed his wife, a legal assistant at the Whitmore's firm, was troubled by backdated documents, claiming their Porsche order predated ours. My banking contacts hinted Lawrence's firm faced a fraud probe, explaining his desperation to flex power. Elena's report was damning. Grayson and Lawrence were country club buddies. Their families vacationed together, and Grayson's son worked at Lawrence's firm. Cindy had threatened hospital donations to target Lena. By Thursday, we had a hearing with Judge Maria Torres, known for hating procedural abuse. The night before, Dr. Shaw's wife sent James emails between Grayson and the Whitmore's lawyer proving collusion, plus proof their Porsche inquiry came after hours. She reported it to the Bar Association, protected as a whistleblower in court. The Whitmore strutted in Brooke in a pink dress. Smirking Judge Torres, stern and sharp, tore into their lawyer, Mr. Bennett, over the ex parte order's flaws. "Where's the evidence we stole their idea?" I demanded. Bennett stammered, offering only the Whitmore's word. James presented our timeline and the incriminating emails, shocking the room. Torres vacated the order, returned the Porsche to Lena, and slapped the Whitmores with a restraining order. "You've abused the law," she told Cindy, who protested. "Do you know who my husband is?" Torres shut her down in my court. "Only the law matters." She referred the case for ethics and criminal probes. The Porsche was back by noon, but the Whitmore's downfall was just starting. Our $1.2 million lawsuit for harassment and defamation went viral, amplified by Mrs. Lynn's TV interview, calling out their racism. Brooke's whiny blog post, "Pink's my color, not theirs," tanked their PR. Grayson was suspended, his rulings under review. Federal agents raided Lawrence's office, uncovering money laundering and tax evasion. His empire collapsed, forcing the Whitmores into a condo as assets froze. They settled our suit for $750,000, a public apology admitting racial bias, and service at a diversity center. Lawrence later pleaded guilty, earning 7 years in prison. Brooke dropped out of college, working retail. No Porsche in sight. Lena's Porsche, now a local legend, earns her the nickname Pink Doc from Hospital Kids. She speaks on resisting workplace intimidation, while I've added DEI training to my firm. Our foundation funds STEM scholarships for underserved kids, fueled by the settlement at a neighborhood meeting. A new anti-harassment code passed, inspired by our fight driving home in the Porsche. Lena amused. If they just admired the car, they'd still have their mansion. I laughed. Their greed painted their true colors pink. The car, once a gift, now symbolizes our stand against injustice.